Hey, welcome back. I've been saying all day that it's a terrific Tuesday, which it is. And now it's a Texas terrific Tuesday when we're joined by James Dickey. He's a businessman and entrepreneur. He also happens to be the chairman of the Texas Republican Party. James joins us via Skype and is taking a couple of minutes today from the campaign trail where they're kicking off the first election of the year. Mr. Dickey, thanks for joining us today. Welcome.
What a pleasure it is to be with you.
So there's a lot at stake out there in Texas today. I get nervous because all my exes come from Texas, so I don't even like talking about Texas. But you're out on the trail for the first election of this year. What's the goal here, other than bring it home for Trump?
Absolutely. The New York Times last week described House District 28, a race we got going right now in Fort Bend County, a suburb of Houston, the first most important race for 2020. And the reason they've said that is because they are all in. National Democrats have come from all over to try to prove that they have a shot at flipping the Texas House. And all along, I've been saying that they're wrong on both fronts. A, they're not going to win this election. And B, even if they did win this election, it doesn't predict anything for November. And they're not going to win this election because we are doing all the work we have to do. And so I want to spread the word to everybody. We have boots on the ground. We've got great candidates in House District 28. We actually have two really important races today. House District 28 in Fort Bend County, House District 148 in Harris County. We must and are and will defend 28 in Fort Bend, and national Democrats from Bernie, Biden, Beto, the whole gang, they have endorsed the extremist socialist Democrat candidate who's in that district. And we are doing the work we have to do to make sure that the voters of Fort Bend County and that district repel that assault from across the nation. Even Michael Bloomberg came and personally block there. We've got Texans there defending that, though. But in Houston and Harris County, we've got a chance to win a district that has not been Republican in decades. And there's a great candidate there, Louis LaRota. His team are working really, really hard. And I'm looking forward today to spending some time with both of them, helping them finish strong. Because I tell every candidate in Texas, there's only one way to run, and it's always like you're 10 points down, whether you are or not.
So, James, I like when you say this may not even be a bellwether on the whole thing, but we saw in the Senate race with Beto, Robert O'Rourke, that Texas came strong. And we also saw Beto get rejected on the national stage. While I know you got to kind of leave a little room in there, like this may not be it, how important is it to show some strength and win the majority of these races today to tell people lay off Texas?
Well, I do think that if they, God forbid, found a way to win, all of their effort has been to try to make that a narrative so they can build some momentum, demoralize our folks, excite their folks, get a lot more money. I mean, people realize that O'Rourke came fairly close in his race against Senator Cruz in 2018. But what most people don't know is O'Rourke had double the money Senator Cruz had, and 75% of it came from outside Texas. So there was a lot of attention outside Texas to flip Texas, and we need people to step up and help us defend Texas, and not just defend the seats we still have, but we're going to win back some of those Democrat seats that got won in that assault, that Beto-led assault.
Chairman, we appreciate you spending a few minutes on such a busy election day to talk with viewers around the country. And I know you are the creator of the Keep Texas Red campaign, the hashtag Keep Texas Red campaign, which is big on social media. I'm wondering if you can, I'm a Trump supporter, and I think every Trump supporter in the country would acknowledge that if the president doesn't win Texas in 2020, that's it. It's over. He has no chance of winning the presidential election. We have seen people like Beto O'Rourke and others talk about Texas becoming an increasingly purple state. Now, 40, 50 years ago, Texas was solidly Democrat. The two major parties in Texas were conservative Democrat and liberal Democrat. I'm wondering if you can inform us, how did Texas go from being a bedrock Democrat state to being a bedrock Republican state, and why is it slowly, at least according to people like O'Rourke, turning purple?
Well, so first of all, like in this, as in everything else, O'Rourke is just plain wrong. But Texas, when we flipped it, we did it the right way. We did it with boots on the ground, grassroots efforts. I talked to the gentleman who led Reagan's campaign in 1980 in Texas, and he had tens of thousands of volunteers on the ground. And for a while now, we were never as strong red as people assumed we were. And just give you an example of that, Republicans didn't win the Texas House until 2003. And as recently as 2010, 2009, we only had a bare majority. We had a one-seat majority in the Texas House. So we were never overwhelmingly red. What we were is really strong and really grassroots up-oriented. And our party has stayed that way, except what we are doing now for the first time in too long, frankly, is the wake-up call everybody got from 2018. That has led donors to step up and give to us at texasgop.org. That has led volunteers to sign up. We've got a 10K for 10R way for people to sign up and help us register new voters at texasgop.org. We have ways for people to get involved, and that grassroots up involvement, that's exactly how we flip Texas, and that's exactly how we are not going to just keep Texas. We are going to keep Texas strong.
All right. Well, Mr. Chairman, I want to thank you so much for joining us. We're going to let you get back to the campaign trail, but we need you to keep fighting strong like you are, sir. And you out there, go to texasgop.org, volunteer, throw in a couple of bucks if you can and you like the message. But we got to keep Texas strong if we want to keep Trump in the White House. Thank you so much, Mr. Chairman. Thank you folks at home for sticking with us throughout hour two. We're going to take a quick break right here. Frankie and I are going to come back. We're going to cover more of the news of the day. Then we're going to wrap up the show where he corrects the significant amount of mistakes I've made in today's show in the WTF, What the Facts, right after this.